Excellence Awards event. I am Christina De La Vega, the Associate Vice President of Human Resources, and I'm delighted to be here with all of you today. Today we come together to celebrate you and all your accomplishments. Once again this year we have a full house. Look at how many of us there are. And we are honoring more than 320 employees for years of service who have collectively provided over 3,900,000 hours of service, 3,900 years of service. This is absolutely phenomenal, and we want to thank you for all your work and dedication to the university. At this time, I'd like to introduce our president, Diane F. Harrison, who will officially open our celebration. Welcome, President Harrison.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here today to recognize colleagues who have reached employment milestones with our university and to celebrate with those who have distinguished themselves by their outstanding contributions. Those of you who were fortunate to be in attendance last year may recall that I was not able to help celebrate this event in person, as I was in Indianapolis with the birth of my first grandchild, my grandson. I'm proud to share, I'm very proud to share that little Maddox, who turns 1 today, yes, is a big Matador fan. And he may just be watching, like you and your colleagues across campus, as we live stream this event for the first time. Today is a celebration of you and your service, and to show that CSUN values you, our Matador employees, for your hard work, for your dedication to our students, to each other, and to CSUN as a vibrant university community. Thanks to your contributions, we are able to continually raise the bar of service and support that we provide to our students to help them achieve academic success. As we prepare to celebrate our 60th anniversary of the university, I want to remind each of you being honored today that you and your colleagues here before you are the reason that we have achieved all that we have. It is because of what you do and what you are capable of doing in the future that CSUN will continue to prosper and to rise to new heights. In addition to the service years that we are honoring today, 45 being the max, that's amazing. Seriously. Really, come on. We will also celebrate those of you who have been nominated for each of our Excellence Awards based on either personal or team achievements. Individually and collectively, you do great work, and we know that achievement does not come by chance. So on behalf of the entire cabinet and our campus community, I thank today's honorees for all that you have done at CSUN in the past, present, and for many years to come. We're going to switch the order of the awards this year, and I am now going to invite the cabinet representatives to join me on stage to meet and to congratulate our presidential honoree. Music sounds quite ominous, doesn't it? It's really a happy time. It is now my pleasure to present to you this year's recipient of the Presidential Award. This award honors a staff member each year who is a top performer, who has left an indelible positive mark on the university who contributes to improved processes and demonstrates alignment with the mission, vision, values, and goals of the university. The recipient of the 2018 Presidential Award is Susan Dickman. Susan is the Program and Marketing Manager at the University Corporation, or TUC. She is a proficient project manager and a team leader with an extremely positive and upbeat attitude that lends itself to her role in executing initiatives. Susan has the insight on how to personalize a marketing campaign so it will speak to the intended audience. She has helped grow the University Corporation's Program and Marketing Department and helped to create great synergies between athletics, associated students, housing, and TUC. Some of her most recent projects include the CSUN campus store remodel and the Matador Shirt Initiative, where all incoming students receive a Matador shirt to connect them immediately with CSUN. She coordinated efforts to have the CSUN branded Pepsi truck in the San Fernando Valley, the rollout of Follett's advanced online platform, and she served on the new member intake committee within the Office of Student Involvement and Development. Susan also serves on multiple cross-divisional committees that coordinate campus-wide events, such as the CSUN Summer Celebration, the 2017 CSUN Founders Day and Homecoming event, the CSUN Winter Celebration, and athletic fanfares. Additionally, Susan is a CSUN alumna, homegrown, and a proud Matador. Currently, she is the campus advisor for the Tri Delta sorority and believes in engaging students and building their matitude. Susan continually operates at the highest level of performance, has earned our admiration and respect, and is therefore being awarded the 2018 Presidential Award. So Susan, if you'll please stay with us for a few minutes while we enjoy a short video about your work and its impact on our campus.
About 4 years ago, I came up with the idea of creating a program and marketing manager position, somebody who could provide a deeper level of support to student services and athletics, and who could engage more directly with the students. And that's when we met Susan Dickman.
On campus, working for the University Corporation, I'd like to say she is a lot of the marketing arm, and she really helps to develop the brand, get people excited and anxious to stay on campus. Oftentimes, we're surrounded by a big community here, and knowing our community is valuable, but sometimes staying on campus is also just as amazing, and she really elevates, I feel, the brand of the university.
She carries not only the University Corporation values wherever she goes, but also the university values. She's always thinking of the priorities of the university. She brings them up in conversation. She brings them up when we're having meetings internally. So she's just really thinking of the bigger picture, and that's really important in a position that she has, but also to be awarded something like this.
She maximizes everything she does. She's an achiever, she's a learner, she grows with the campus, she's consistently part of the evolution and strives for perfection as much as she can with the presidential priorities, with the university's mission, values, ethics statements. I know she really tries to get it to a T, and as part of the conversation and how that evolves, which is, I think, a bonus.
presidential award is perfect for Susan. She's a professional. She does great work. She is a pleasure to work with. She's created a connection of colleagues across all departments on campus, and she's got terrific attitude.
Well, she rivals my own energy, which is, it's just hard. And she does it with a smile. Her ethic is follow through, determination, tenacity, but very professional, a terrific partner, a great confidant, a great friend, and I think a great advocate and agent for this campus in so many ways.
Very good. Please join me in congratulating our Presidential Award, Susan Dickman. Thank you. I would now like to invite the Interim Chief Diversity Officer and Director of Equity and Diversity and Title IX Coordinator, Susan Waugh, to the podium to present the Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion Award.
Thank you, President Harrison. Good morning. It is my great pleasure to introduce the recipient of the Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion Award. CSUN values diversity as an essential condition for achieving institutional excellence. Our university thrives on the talents drawn from a diverse workforce, and we believe that a climate of respect and inclusion allows employees and students to perform to their maximum potential. The CSUN Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion Award is reserved for employees who practice, promote, and value efforts to support diversity, inclusion, and respect for all people. This year's nominees are listed on the screen. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of them. This year, the Diversity and Inclusion Award goes to Nancy Alonzo. Nancy, will you please come forward to accept your award? Nancy is a coordinator for residential student engagement. She is committed to seeing students succeed at CSUN and works hard to build an inclusive CSUN community. Nancy is involved in the planning and facilitation of our annual oppression reduction training, where through her leadership, she provides sessions on racism, microaggressions, and classism for student leaders in housing. Nancy single-handedly created Latinas Rising, a support group for Latina students in housing, which has over 100 members in attendance at each weekly meeting. Also, Nancy collaborates with the Dream Center and the USU's Cross-Cultural Committee. Please join me in recognizing and congratulating Nancy Alonzo, whose work around inclusiveness in student housing has earned her our respect and the 2018 Excellence in Diversity and Inclusion Award. I'll invite the cabinet and President Harrison to take a seat. I would like to now ask Elby Magana and Joe Medina from Human Resources to come to the stage. They will be recognizing staff and administrators who are celebrating 5 years with the university. Please join me in welcoming Elby and Joe.
Thank you, Susan. Will each person celebrating their 5-year anniversary with the university stand when your name is called and remain standing until all the 5-year award recipients from your division have been announced? With 5 years of service from Academic Affairs, Christy Allen, Vanessa Andrade, Odette Armon, Helga Bogosian, Sapandeep Shada, Sylvia Contreras, Cindy Cruz, Jose Curiel, Sangeeta Dubé, Jeffrey Furry,
Samuel Ginther, Perry Grunman, Sahag Guragian, Natalie Haban, Andrea Hernandez, Harmony Hill, Meg Imamoto, Kelly Juarez, Chris Kachikian, Amy Kirkendall, Justin Kovalsik,
Dominic Lupician, Adrine Marcosian, Beth Manthis, Michelle Newell, Janice Olis, Blanca Ortega, Natividad Palos, Nicole Pansino, Paul Fung, Ashley Rice,
Terry Richardson, Danielle Rodriguez, Orlando Roybal, Jonathan Sievert, Robin Sims, Becky Spiro, Tina Torres, Oleg Udalov, Janet Wong, Kevin Semlika, and Brenda Sendejas. Please join me now in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from Academic Affairs.
With 5 years of service from Administration and Finance, Brian Berry, Rito Bentecourt, Amelia Bond, Matthew Callahan, Jose Cano, Rosalba Carada, Irene Castrellon, Joseph Ciula, Sean Cox, Brian Cummins, Sophia Dow,
Madeline Gayhart, Brittany Gray, Robert Haberson, Aniki Lota, Rosemary Martin, Victoria Medina,
Arturo Navarro, Cameron O'Hallen, Eva Oriana, Christian Parker, Brianna Patillo, Devonna Richardson, Heather Romanowski, Adam Sperry, Veronica Vargas, Randy Ward, Karen Willis, and Anna Zendejas. Please join me in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from Administration and Finance.
We're not done yet. Please join us now in recognizing the group from Information Technology. We have Tim Aguirre, Ryan Conlog, Carl Grant, Topacio Rodriguez, and Celine Valenzuela. Round of applause for the 5-year award honorees from Information Technology.
With 5 years of service from Student Affairs, Abraham Badruz, Vanessa Bustamante, Sandra Caceres, Jennifer Coyne, Maria Fideleo Angel, Anya Goldberg, Samir Hamawi, Esther Jun, Beth Kautsky, Camby Khalili,
Apizda Konkakit, Susan Krikorian, Charles Marmo, Samantha McCallie, Laura Reedy, Christine Rushing, Bezniki Saitoski, Marcy Schutzman, Mark Smith, Matthew Soto, Rebecca Spector, Thomas Sun, Mireya Tovar, and Carrie Vogt. Please join me now in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from Student Affairs.
With 5 years of service from Intercollegiate Athletics, Dawn Ellerby, Lizzie Gomez, Greg Moore, Thomas Osborne, Ryan Sortwood. Please join me in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from Intercollegiate Athletics. With 5 years of service from the University Student Union, Amanda Christensen, Raquel DeRees, Jose Espino, Christopher Jensen, Michael Johnson, Audrey Martinez, Dave Ross, Renice Wise. Please join us in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from the University Student Union.
With 5 years of service from University Advancement, we have Kathleen Ayala Rivera, Robert Gonzalez, Kevin Lizarraga, Nguyen Liu, Jeffrey Noblet, Michael Ryan, and Suran Saropian. Please join me in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from University Advancement.
And with 5 years of service from the University Corporation, Jocelyn Allison, Sayavath Kantikom, Benjawan Kamnazri, Leslie Rivera, Jesse Romero, and Cindy Runn. Please join me in recognizing the 5-year award honorees from the University Corporation.
At this time, we invite President Harrison and cabinet representatives to join us on the stage as Jill Smith, Chief of Staff, and Rick Evans, Executive Director of the University Corporation, present this year's Merit Awards.
short. Good morning, and thank you, LB and Joe, and congratulations to the 5-year award honorees. Looked like it was a great year. The CSUN Merit Award is reserved for employees who have contributed to significant process improvements, provide excellent citizenship to the campus community, and have outstanding performance beyond the normal scope of their work duties. Before we announce this year's recipients, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge all of the nominees for the 2018 Merit Awards. Let's take a look. And now it is our honor to present you the 5 recipients of the 2018 Merit Awards. Our first award recipient is Sarah Johnson. Sarah is the coordinator for the Institute for Sustainability and has been an invaluable member of the Institute through its growth. Sarah is extremely dedicated and passionate about sustainability and is a real professional. She is proactive and attends the regional leadership meetings to learn about other campus efforts. She recently returned with detailed information which she used to solve composting and recycling procedure issues that save university employees time, waste hauling fees, and help us meet our greenhouse gas emission goals. Sarah coordinates and manages event logistics and education outreach programs for events such as Sustainability Day and Water Day. She also helps coordinate the biannual orange grove fruit harvests on our campus with a local food gleaning organization, delivering thousands of pounds of fruit to local food banks and shelters. I now present to you Sarah Johnson, 2018 CSUN Merit Award recipient.
Okay, our next Merit Award recipient is Claire Davis. Claire is well-liked and is Associate Director of Administrative Services for Student Housing and more recently has been serving as Co-Interim Administrator in charge of Student Housing and Conference Services. CSUN's vision of student success is woven into Claire's daily work, as she is all about improving the student housing experience. Claire's careful planning allows the fall student check-in to run smoothly every year. Over 3,000 students and parents go through this process annually. Claire is also working hard to move student housing to be paperless, with the first big step transitioning the application process fully online. She is also committed to promoting the welfare of students through the Resilient Scholars Program and dedicates much of her time to mentoring students. Let's have a hand for Claire.
Our next Merit Award recipient is Elizabeth Corrigan.
Betsy.
Which some of you might know as Betsy Corrigan. Betsy is the Director of Food Service for the University Corporation. She oversees CSUN Dining, Freudian Sip, Orange Grove Bistro Catering, and the Meal Plan Program in Geronimo's and Bamboo Terrace. Under Betsy's leadership, these departments have grown to provide a robust menu for all with affordable food options. She cares deeply about the health and well-being of our campus community and is passionate about students having access to nutritious food and resources. Betsy is also passionate about sustainability, alleviating food insecurity, and being a good steward of the university. Her guidance has resulted in CSUN dining units offering compostable and recyclable single-use containers. I now present to you Betsy Corrigan, 2018 CSUN Merit Award recipient.
Congratulations. Okay, our final recipients are the dynamic duo. Yes, I just said that. Vanessa Ochoa and Noe Aguirre are the dynamic duo. Noe and Vanessa are coordinators for the Veterans Affairs Unit in Admissions and Records, and their dedicated sense of duty and purpose is displayed by their commitment and support of our veterans population. As colleagues, they have partnered to create an impressive online certification process for our 511 veterans, active duty, and reserve students. The new process not only benefits our students, but also part of their efforts to transition Veterans Affairs to a paperless office. They also completed a very large recertification project and guided us to a no findings VA audit. That's no small thing. In 1718, CSUN was awarded the Military Friendly Schools honor, in large part due to their hard work. Let's have a hand for Noe and Vanessa, our final Merit Award recipients.
And just because we are all excited for our colleagues and all of their efforts, can we just one more time in total congratulate all of our 2018 Merit Award recipients? Their efforts truly help CSUN elevate to new heights. Now I invite Rob Gonzalez, Vice President of University Advancement and President of the Foundation, to come forward to present Alumni Relations Award.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. It's my great pleasure to present the CSUN Alumni Relations Award. This award is presented annually to one employee who develops initiatives or enhances existing programs that encourage successful collaborative relationships that result in achievement of university goals and objectives. Thank you to all the nominees this year who have spent their time cultivating relationships with our alumni. Their names are listed on the screen, or will be. They are. Let's give them a hand. The 2018 recipient of the CSUN Alumni Relations Award is Dr. Larry Becker. Larry is a professor in the Department of Political Science and the director of the CSUN and DC program. He always makes himself available to meet with alumni and university friends to provide them with an in-depth look at the CSUN in DC program and the profound impact it has on students. His efforts to build relationships with the State Department, members of Congress, the Department of Veterans Affairs, the Human Rights Campaign, National Geographic, and NBC Washington, among many other important organizations and institutions, have been a tremendous benefit to students. Larry also has collaborated with development staff to engage numerous alumni from a variety of department and college initiatives. His efforts have had a profound impact on programs and student success and have helped raise over $500,000. His nominator wrote, "Larry has put CSUN on the map in our nation's capital, and through his efforts, enables our students to succeed and thrive. He is a leading CSUN ambassador and articulates campus priorities to alumni in a manner in which we can all be proud." Today, we recognize Dr. Larry Becker as the recipient of the 2018 Alumni Relations Award. Now I'd like to invite President Harrison back to the podium.
Thank you, Rob. We now honor the participants from the CSUN Shine From Within program. This year, 14 individuals were selected by their respective division leaders to participate in this staff professional development program, giving them the opportunity to develop and expand their core competencies, a sense of connection and community with other units across campus, a broader understanding and knowledge about the university and other divisions, a greater personal investment in the mission of the university and its planning priorities, and to collaborate on a project aimed at advancing our campus priorities. Today, I am thrilled to recognize and welcome our 2018 cohort who spent the academic year participating in this cross-divisional staff development program. Honorees, will you please come to the stage and be recognized as your name is called? Jessica Ash. Amanda Bradstock Waits. Patrina Croisdale. Lauren Jarvis. Andrea Clausen. Joaquin Marinas. Stephanie May. Joe Medina. Monish Mehta. Leonidas Ojeda. Blanca Plasencia. Irene Rivera. Kyle Shaver. And Rachel Valenisi. Congratulations to each of you on this achievement. The Cabinet and I look forward to your project presentation in the near future. And we are excited to announce we will continue this program. Everybody squeeze, scrunch, crunch, close, friendly buddy. We're going to continue this program with a new cohort for the 2018-19 academic year, and continue our efforts in support of our employees' success. Congratulations to this class. Thank you all. And before I invite LB and Joe to come back, I just want to make an announcement. I will have to be leaving to go catch a plane. We didn't quite plan on the traffic times to get down to LAX. In case you're interested, I'm going to Denver to the National Council on State Authorization Reciprocity Agreements. And what that means is, yes, for the few of you involved with online programs, this is hugely important to the state of California, but more importantly to CSUN. We need to be part of this reciprocity agreement, so wish us luck. Thank you. And again, I invite LB and Joe to present our colleagues who have earned recognition for 10 to 25 years of service.
It is our pleasure to now present to you recipients of 10, 15, 20, and 25 years of service. We will be presenting these awards by division, starting with academic affairs. Vice Provost Stella Theodoulou will join us at the front of the room. Honorees, please come forward as your name is called and stay at the front of the room until we call the names of all the honorees from your division. The Academic Affairs group is a very large group, so please congregate behind Vice Provost Stella and leave enough room for her to congratulate all of the people being recognized.
Okay, here we go. From Academic Affairs with 10 years of service, Nick Alexander. Claudia Alvarado. Dorna Basirarmand. Blasco Felipe. Mark Felix. Nereida Garcia. Sean Jiang. Antonio Gonzalez. Saul Godino de la Torre. Karen Hazenrick.
Julie Hodge. Debbie Clevens. Jesse Nepper. Lauren Lafferty. Donald Lilly. Tommy Norris. Mariel Noynes. Larry O'Connor. Arlene Palquet. Anna Quiron. Carla Romero.
Rebecca Say. Reza Sayed. Joseph Schwartz. Catherine Sharon. David Ziegler. Jamie Skaggs. Karine Van Collen.
From Academic Affairs with 15 years of service, Magda Azuz. Joy Bartley. Conchita Battle. Brenda Carter. Pedro Cesareo. Doris Shaney. Shally Demon. Myra Franco. Marlene Gale.
Noreen Galvin. Lincoln Harrison. Jody Holcomb. Tanya Chiapos. Michelle Kilnick. Candice Liu. Maureen Lusparian. Elizabeth Riegos.
Benny Say. Pamela Simon. Kathy West. Janice Woosley. Michael Ziegler. And Karen Ziegler.
From Academic Affairs with 20 years of service, Elizabeth Adams. Bernadette Bone. Janaki Bowerman. Nancy Davidson. Mari Flores Garcia. Carolina Franco Ardaghi. Joyce Innes. Alice Liu. Felicia Marari. Jean Porter. Gloria Rockland. Marina Sanchez. Anita Simon. Armando Tellez.
And from Academic Affairs with 25 years of service, Doris Clark. Yanina Flores. Anthony Ivankovic. And Jean O'Sullivan.
Please join us now in congratulating the honorees from Academic Affairs with 10 through 25 years of service.
Smile big.
Now I would like to invite Colin Donahue, Vice President of Administration and Finance and Chief Financial Officer, to please join us at the front of the room. Again, we will have several people recognized in this division, so we ask that you please gather behind Vice President Donahue and leave room for all of the Service Award recipients to be greeted by him as they come up when their name is called.
From Administration and Finance with 10 years of service, Marie Bonte. Kailash Chase. Jackie Cheney. Yesenia Corona. Rogelio Cortez. Annie Dang. Sherry Lane. Heather Lenner. And Elizabeth Samimi.
From Administration and Finance with 15 years of service, Leslie Brabowitz. Jeffrey Barrow. Cheryl Bunce. Mindy Chi. Ted Citizen. Carrie Dom. Carla Hiron. Francisco Gudani. Mark Ho. Timothy Mallow. Lynn Marks.
Jose Menjivar. Jenny Nguyen. Angela Ramirez. George Rupus. Christina Villalobos. From Administration and Finance with 20 years of service, Teddy Abad. Grove Anderson. Barbara Raymond. Travis Thomas. Scott Vanscoy. Edith Winterhalter.
And from Administration and Finance with 25 years of service, Steve Cantu. Laura Castillo. Sherry Drainer. And Cesar Garcia. Please join us now in congratulating the honorees from Administration and Finance with 10 through 25 years of service.
We now invite Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer Hillary Baker to please join us at the front of the room. From Information Technology with 10 years of service, Jerry Calabag. Tim Carpenter. Rika Dineros. Tram Dom. Hillary Kaplowitz. Lee Lopez. With information technology, with 15 years of service, Joseph Burgett. Tony Guerrero. Nels Samuelson.
From information technology with 20 years of service, Glenn Alejandro. Augusto Santos. And Dion Zell. One more round of applause for all the honorees from information technology with 10 through 20 years of service.
We would now like to invite Administrator in charge of Intercollegiate Athletics, Ryan Swartwood, to please join us at the front of the room. From Intercollegiate Athletics with 10 years of service, Brian Mulligan. From Intercollegiate Athletics with 20 years of service, Mark Adamak. Please join us in congratulating the honorees from Intercollegiate Athletics.
We now invite Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, William Watkins, to please join us at the front of the room. Again, we will have several people recognized in this division, and we ask that as your name is called to please gather behind Vice President Watkins and leave room for everybody else as their name is called to be greeted.
From Student Affairs with 10 years of service, Carolyn Arnold. Leanne Element. Robert Garcia. Augie Garibay. Jacqueline Keitzman. Judy Lee. Surinder Matharu. Maritza Navarro. Kay Oldfather Dagler.
Ada Parsi. Alan Resurreccion. Laura Santa Cruz. William Silver. Ann Smith. Glenn Story. Frank Vincenti. Patrice Wheeler. From Student Affairs, now with 15 years of service, Deborah Baum. Charity Chia. Nyla Del Ferris. Marianne Link. Paulette Robbins. Eileen Rolone. Heather Strong.
From Student Affairs with 20 years of service, Janice Potsman. Sochi Rodriguez. Kathy Scott. Marlon Smith.
Please join us one more time in recognizing, congratulating the honorees from Student Affairs with 10 through 20 years of service. I'd like to invite Dave Crandall, General Manager of Associated Students, to join Vice President Watkins at the front of the room. We would like to give a special acknowledgement this morning to the honorees that work at AS Children's Center, who are not able to join us today as they are dedicated to ensuring that the operations of the Children's Center is maintained during these hours for both our student and our employee parents. Round of applause. From Associated Students with 10 years of service, Linda Libovich. Rolando Valiente.
From Associated Students with 15 years of service, Norma Loera. Please join us in congratulating the honorees from Associated Students with 10 through 15 years of service. Now we would like to invite Deborah Hammond, Executive Director of the University Student Union, to please join us at the front of the room as we honor staff and administrators from the University Student Union. From the University Student Union with 15 years of service, Jeremy Hamlet. Anita Capil. Brent Nelson. And with 25 years of service, Deborah Hammond. Congratulations to the honorees from the University Student Union.
We now invite Vice President of University Advancement and President of the Foundation, Rob Gonzalez, to join us at the front of the room. Again, we will have several people recognized in this division. Please gather behind Vice President Rob and leave room for all Service Award recipients to be greeted when their name is called. So here we go. From a University Advancement with 10 years of service, Lisa Ann Cohen. Bridget Hadley. Araceli Salas.
From University Advancement with 15 years of service, Laura Kelly. Michelle Menakichian. Malane Polanian. Danny Reeder. Matthew Renner.
From University Advancement with 20 years of service, Veronica Grant. Please join us now in congratulating the honorees from University Advancement with 10 through 20 years of service.
At this time, we would like to invite Rick Evans, Executive Director of the University Corporation, to please join us at the front of the room. From the University Corporation with 10 years of service, Trayvon Dixon. Guadalupe Lopez. Rosa Lopez. Filia Militante. Michaela Perez. Angelica Ramos. Santiago Romero.
From the University Corporation with 15 years of service, Timothy Kelops. Stacy Lord. And Doroteo Ramos Linares.
Congratulations to the honorees from the University Corporation with 10 through 15 years of service. You may now... At this time, we would like to invite Dr. Watkins, Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of all Students, to the front of the stage. At this time, we would like to invite 20 years of service, Rick Evans, from the President's Office. From the President's Office with 25 years of service, Randy Ronaldo. Congratulations to all the honorees from the Office of the President with 20 to 25 years of service. One last time, congratulations to all of the 10 to 25 years of service recipients.
Now we invite William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and Cabinet representatives to please join us at the front as we present the new Student Assistant of the Year Award.
That's some jamming music, right? Yeah. What's up, Matadors? I'm really pleased to be tapped to present this award to demonstrate the value and importance of our student assistants and their vital contributions to our campus community. We are proud to present the Student Assistant of the Year Award for the very first time. Yeah. So each year, this award will be presented to one student employee in a student assistant classification who demonstrates exceptional contributions to their department by their outstanding skill set, professionalism, and quality of work and service to the campus community. Let's take a moment to congratulate all the nominees for this award as they are presented on the screen. How about a cheer for all our student nominees? Fantastic. It's now my pleasure to present the recipient of the Student Assistant of the Year Award. Will Jody Rink of Marketing and Communications please come to the stage? Her nomination states that Jody is strategic and professional beyond her years. She has a unique ability to take the initiative to complete urgent tasks while seeking out additional projects. She has been a vital contributor to our expansion of external advertising campaigns. We run ads on cable TV, the LAX, the Daily News, the LA Times, various billboards throughout Los Angeles. These contracts, invoices, and estimates require laser precision and follow-through. Jody helps with more than a dozen of these individual advertisement vendors and is always on time and accurate with her quotes. One of our staff members has said, "We are so lucky to have Jody on our team. She was smart and helpful right from the start. By now, with almost 2 years of experience under her belt, she has grown into an invaluable part of our crew and a great role model for our student assistants." Jody is also greatly involved in our campus community and holds 2 leadership positions on our campus. She's a member of our new student orientation leader team, and they're going to be really busy soon with orientation. And she's also a member of our new Matador mentor team. She's a member of Alpha Xi Delta sorority and received the distinguished honor of 2018 CSUN Student of the Year Award for that organization. Her contributions as a student employee and involvement with the campus community are greatly valued. Please join me in congratulating Jody Rink for the recipient of the Student of the Year Award. Now I invite Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer Hillary Baker to come to the podium for the presentation of the Leadership Award. Hillary.
Thank you, William. So it is now my pleasure to present to you this year's recipient of the Leadership Award. Each year, this award is presented to an administrator who embodies the leadership principles and has exhibited a commitment to connect his or her work with the campus's 8 planning priorities. I want to thank all of the nominators who took the time to recognize their colleagues for this award, and let's please take a moment to congratulate all the nominees for this award. The recipient of the 2018 Leadership Award is Deborah Wallace, Associate Vice President, Financial Affairs. Deborah is an exceptional team leader. She consistently mentors staff and student assistants in her area to help them realize their potential. She challenges her team to be innovative, empowers her employees, and encourages them to move forward with ideas to increase efficiencies and raise the bar on the level of service that is provided to the campus. Deb generates conversations with her staff to understand their goals and how she can help achieve them. She is always thinking of different ways to promote talent and how best to align the department in achieving results using the individual strengths of her team. This can be seen through the recent reorganization she orchestrated. Under Deb's leadership, the financial services team has collaborated on many student-focused and efficiency-related initiatives. One of these successes is an outreach program for graduating seniors aimed at helping students avoid being disenrolled close to graduation due to financial reasons. Deb developed reasonable payment plans for those students, which helped many realize their educational goals by limiting barriers to their success. Additionally, proving that change is not always an easy thing, Deb pushed and encouraged the campus to embrace e-travel as a project aimed at sustainability and reduced turnaround time. Throughout the implementation process, and still today, she encourages and follows up on feedback received. Her expertise in developing and implementing initiatives and her stewardship of such projects demonstrates her extensive set of leadership skills. Deborah has an inclusive, energetic, and diplomatic approach that has raised the perception of the unit to that of a cohesive campus service that proactively works to be a partner. It is my honor to present you, Deb, with the 2018 Leadership Award. You are our winner, Deborah Wallace. I would now like to invite Vice President for Administration and Finance and Chief Financial Officer Colin Donoghue to come to the podium for the presentation of the Team Award.
Thank you, Hillary. Before I get started here, I just want to do an impromptu award. I'm going to add something in here. So here's a Team Spirit Award. Everybody with the red coats, get the red coats up. Come on. Leo, come on. Sherry Tarver Baring. Everybody up that's got the red coats on. Come on, you got to get everybody ready for next year. Show them, Leo. That's how a red coat's worn right there. We got to get more men next year. All right. All right, well, here's what I'm really here for. It's my great pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the Jolene Kester Team Award. As a university, we strive to partner across campus to work without boundaries. This award recognizes outstanding team achievements and is presented annually to a team that has collaborated effectively on a project, a process, or other significant initiative that brought about positive change, led to improved performance, increased quality of services, and administrative productivity or reduced costs. We appreciate the great work done by all of the 2018 nominated teams. And they should scroll across the screen here. Clearly a lot of teamwork here at CSUN. So now I'm pleased to announce that the 2018 Jolene Kester Team Award goes to the online graduation application team. Team, please stand up so we can acknowledge it. Where's the team? So now I'd like to ask the team leaders, Jill Mejia, Assistant Director of Undergraduate Degree Services, and Julia Riddle, Associate Director of Systems and Operations from Admissions and Records, to please join me on the stage to accept the award on behalf of the team. Thanks to the efforts of Admissions and Records, Undergraduate Degree Services, IT, and University Cash Services, who partner to develop an efficient online application, students can now apply for graduation via a link in their Student Center or on the portal. This provides for a more convenient student experience, a secure payment process, and reduces hours of employee manual input into Solar. In addition, this online application improved workflow for graduation advisors and reduced the amount of paper printed by students, faculty, and staff. The online graduation team's project aligned with 4 of the university's planning priorities: student success, employee success, sustainability, and reputation. Congratulations to all the members of the online graduation application team. At this time, I'd like to invite Vice Provost Stella Theodoulou to the podium to present the 30 and 35-year honorees. Stella.
Thank you. It is my great honor to be here today to express appreciation to colleagues who are celebrating 30 and 35 years of service with the university. We appreciate the value of dedicated employees who have spent most of their careers here at CSUN. These capable, committed employees are the mentors and historians of the values and traditions that are so important to our continued success. I'm proud to present to you our colleagues who have distinguished themselves in so many ways over their career at CSUN. As I call your name, please come onto the stage. From Academic Affairs, with 30 years of service, Estella Chincon, Felicia Cousin, Patricia Feynman, Lorne Keapo, Donald Kurahara, Karen Prim, Stacy Shift. From Academic Affairs with 35 years of service, Mary Ackney. From Administration and Finance with 30 years of service, Bill Sullivan. From Administration and Finance with 35 years of service, Darrell Johnson, Mark Loomis. From Information Technology with 30 years of service, Anthony Smith. From Information Technology with 35 years of service, Kate Bergreen, Colin Chin, Steve Dan, Ronald Heeb. From Student Affairs with 30 years of service, Art Kaplan, Jose Gazir, Amelia Tayawa. From Student Affairs with 35 years of service, Cecilia Avilaro-Pilon, Patty Drayson, Lourdes Europa, Crystal Gordon. From the University Corporation with 35 years of service, Anne Clancy. Please join me in congratulating the 30 and 35-year honorees. It is now my pleasure to present to you two of our colleagues who are celebrating 45 years of service with the university. Judith Friedman, Department of Psychology, and William Cromer, Department of Biology. Will the honorees please join us on stage so that your friends and colleagues can congratulate you. These two individuals were hired in 1973 as young children. And they have provided loyal, dedicated, and continuous service for the last 4 decades. Well, 4.5 decades. They represent the human fabric that has held together us as a community of committed employees. How long has it been? Well, you might not remember, but they would. In 1973, the most popular pop artists were Al Green, Aretha Franklin, Barry White, and the Carpenters. All in the Family was the #1 TV show. The price of gas was 55 cents. The average cost of a house was $32,500. You can buy a shed now for that. And the average income per year was $12,900. It says here, 1973 was a great year. That's out for me yet. And since then, these dedicated staff have continued to provide their experience, their effort, their wisdom to improve our university and to serve students. I would like to thank them for being so loyal to the institution as well. Please join me in congratulating Judith Friedman and William Cromer for 45 years of service to the university. I would now like to invite to the podium Dr. Watkins for closing remarks.
Yeah. Wasn't this a marvelous program? How about a cheer for all of the recipients today? On behalf of the President and my colleagues here as part of the Cabinet, we want to thank you for coming out, being a part of this celebration, but more importantly, we want to thank you for the service that you give each and every day. We talk about elevating students and allowing them to complete their journey, but that's not possible without each and every one of you. And we want you to know how much we're proud of you and how much we appreciate your service to California State University, Northridge. Give yourselves a cheer. And how about Cristina De La Vega and her wonderful team for putting on a great program? She's going to close us out.
Thank you, Dr. Watkins. You may please have a seat. So before we leave today, I did want to take a few minutes to acknowledge all the individuals that helped put this event together. We have a wonderful planning committee, cross-divisional, that has spent the last few months coordinating all logistics to help and honor our colleagues here today. May I ask that the members of the event planning committee stand as I call your name and remain standing, and that we save applause for the end. From Academic Resources and Planning, Linda Noblehouse. From Physical Plant Management, Daryl Johnson. From the University Corporation, Karina Ward. From the Oviatt Library, Joycelyn Dunham. From Information Technology, Keith Holland. From the Mike Curb College of Arts, Media, and Communication, Rachel Valenci. From Undergraduate Studies, Julie Hunter. From Student Affairs, Michael Clemens. From Intercollegiate Athletics, Ronnie Garcia. From Admissions and Records, Beth Mathis and Karen Ziegler. From University Advancement, Kevin Lizarraga and Veronica Navarro. From the University Student Union, Christopher Jensen and Raquel De Ruiz. And from the Office of Human Resources, Heather Kennedy, Elby Magana, Rosemary Martin, Joe Medina, Frank William Stronzel, and Tony Strauya. Please join me in thanking all the members of the Event Planning Committee. Your work is truly tremendous. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge the work of our Awards Selection Committee for all the honorees of the Recognition of Excellence Awards today. Please stand as I call your name, and again, hold your applause till the end. From the College of Social Behavioral Sciences, Joy Bartley. From University Advancement, Danny Reeder. From the Klotz Student Health Center, Marianne Link. From the University Corporation, Cindy Estrella. From Information Technology, Sandra Bayer. From the Office of Human Resources, Frank William Stronzel. Thank you very much for your careful consideration of all nominees. And finally, a big thank you to Deb Wallace, who is our MC on the red carpet, as well as our athletics and staff quintet for providing such a proud Matador welcome as we all arrive today. If you haven't noticed it on your walk-in, we do have a fun new selfie print station. So if you haven't had a chance to stop by on your way out, please take a moment to capture today's memories. All you have to do is take a selfie with the hashtag CSUNSSA, and anything with that hashtag will print out at that station to keep memories of today. When you do that, also take a moment to stop by and sign our congratulations banner for our graduating class that's coming up for commencements. It's such an honor to be able to congratulate the whole graduating class from our employee population. And finally, the last thing, you have lots of things to do on your way out, right? There are lots of roses dedicated here as a tradition to CSUN. When you leave, take a rose and take a moment to stop by the Matador statue and place the rose there to keep our tradition going of being proud Matadors here. Thank you all for your time and dedication, and congratulations to all the honorees. Have a great day.